This cow doesn't want to put any weight on this back left foot. That's why she's standing with it looking rather awkwardly and at that funny angle. See how high her heels are? This is the Hoof GP, and this is a lame cow.
And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
So before we get to the foot that she's struggling to put on the ground, just take a look at this. This is pretty much a perfect foot. There's not much wrong with it at all. And this is the case for 99% of the cows that we treat on a daily basis. So if there's nothing wrong, then why are we trimming it? Well, there may be nothing specifically wrong, but everything is not perfect. You see, we put these cows in unnatural environments. We put them on sheds and we put them on top of concrete. So it's only right that we intervene before things like this bruising that you can see here turn into an ulcer. You see, bruising like this is a sign that the corium underneath is bleeding. It's being abused and bashed on a daily basis, and without the perfect balance between the two digits and a good deep model, then that bruising often, and usually does, turn into an ulcer. I'm balancing both claws so that her weight is spread as evenly across the surfaces of her feet as possible. By spreading the weight right across the surfaces of both feet, the bruising is kept to a minimum, and we can almost completely eliminate the likelihood of any ulcers forming. If we look from this angle, we can see a nice deep model, and that really helps to protect the pedal bone lurking above.
So that was a perfect foot. Well, it wasn't quite perfect, but there was nothing wrong with it, and we only needed to make minor adjustments in order for it to be perfect. As you've just seen, this cow doesn't really want to put any weight on this back left foot, and during this trim, we'll find out why. Straight away, you can see how high that heel is. That's not because it's growing more, it's because it's wearing less. So there's something wrong with the heel on this cow's foot. So she's trying to avoid putting her weight on it at all costs. Right, let's get on with this trim.
So far, we've only been dealing with the routine part of the trim, doing a nice deep model and getting our foot back to perfect balance, just like we did with the very first hoof in this video. Now comes the crunch. This is where her real problem is, and we're all just about to find out exactly what that problem is. This pressure-laden fluid is coming from a cavity which we can't yet see. I know how this trim goes, and this one is one I'm really particularly proud of. This is a very beautiful hoof trim. If hoof trims can be beautiful, Now that we've got to the root of the problem, this portion here of the inner claw where the block's going to be attached is bruised, and that presents a problem. However, this is a rubber block. If we simply put any block on there, the associated insults from her standing on that block constantly would really exacerbate these bruises, and it could potentially turn them into a serious problem. We've deliberately created this big height difference, and in doing so, transferred all of her weight to that inner claw.
It seems so simple, doesn't it? It really does. A couple of minutes work, a couple of swipes of the knife, and she's done. But that simplicity? That simplicity is huge for her. Imagine walking around when there's something inside pressing out. There was only a small amount of pus there, but there was pus. There was a cavity in there, and that created pressure. Now, there's no pressure, and all of the weight has been distributed onto this rubber block. So hopefully, she'll stand and walk much more comfortably. See her legs much straighter now. She's standing on this grid down here, so it's not fantastic. Code brown, you get used to that. But that foot isn't even touching the ground. And watch how she walks. As you can see, when she walks out of the crush, she's walking much more confidently. Her foot is completely straight up and down when she stands still, and that digit that was sore actually isn't even touching the ground anymore. So I'd say that's a job well done. Wouldn't you, Craig? That's all you can hope for. Functionally trimming cows' feet. That was how it's done. And this has been the Hoof GP. Cheerio, folks. We'll catch you next time in the Hoof GP. Bye!
I did wave behind you, I swear to God. I swear.
Yeah, bye.